Hello there, and welcome to this series that's designed for people with long-term illness, chronic illness, including long COVID and disability. This video is all about who can you trust. Perhaps you feel, I can't trust my body anymore, it's not doing what I want to. I think it's really important that you recognize that your body is trying to tell you something. I know there's been a gift for me. Despite all of the pain and the trauma and the difficulty, the gift for me has been around recognizing that my body has been behaving in this particular way to give me a message about my purpose and about life. And out of my disability came a whole new way of looking at life, leadership, and helping others. But learning to trust other people can be just as difficult. Who do you trust? And one of the challenges is Dr. Google, many people go to Dr. Google, will give you a plethora of information. Which bit do you trust? Which bit's true? Do you trust the professionals who are trying to help you? And I've been in a situation where I definitely haven't trusted them, and at times for hugely good reason. And I've been in partnerships with people who have helped me. I'm very lucky that my neurologist, Dr. Professor Findlay, we worked together for well over 35 years, that we had a partnership. Now, it didn't always go smoothly, and particularly in the early stages, he had to recognize who I was, and when I said things that I wasn't exaggerating, probably understating things. But learning to trust someone who's helping you is really important, and recognizing that you are part of that partnership, that trusting people doesn't mean that you do what they say without question, that trusting people is about saying, I want to understand why you're suggesting that or why you're saying that. Can you tell me? It's about trusting that you can communicate with that person effectively and writing things down before you go. A book that Vicky Price and I wrote about taking responsibility for your own health has got much about that, and it's well worth having a look at that book, or looking at the companion book to this video, which talks about how you can develop a great partnership with the professionals. But please question, don't assume. Everybody will have an opinion. Try this, try that, try the other, but learn who you can trust. And you don't have to do everything that everybody says, but ultimately you also have to be mindful that people are wanting to help, and there are times when there are going to be truths that you don't want to hear but that you do need to take on board, trusting that they have your best interests at heart. The people who are caring for you, particularly if they're family, may not be doing it in the way that you want, but you have to trust that they're doing the best they can, and you need to communicate with them. Now, not by screaming and shouting or by sulking, but by being clear about what works for you and why, using really neutral voice. And there's a video that talks about that in much more detail. Ultimately, trust your judgment, listen to that inner voice of yours. But you've got to give it space and you've got to give it time, and recognize that when you are in a real funk about what's going on, that you're really upset, that's not the time to make the decision. Get yourself into a calm state first before you do. And then you'll be able to trust yourself and others more effectively. One of the reasons that I have created this video series and the companion books is I come with huge experience. Everything that I talk about comes from my personal experience, and also from the experience of working with people. So it's been refined over time, and I know that what I'm suggesting to you really works, not just for me, but for other people. But of course, you've got to take on board in the way that works for you. So trusting doesn't mean being blind, but it does mean being open. I hope it's helped. There's lots of videos to help you, and I'd love to know how you're getting on, and if there are ways that I can help you. And if that's the case, then please just email me at Gina, Gina, @genuinely-u.com, or join me on Facebook and leave me a personal voice message if you find writing difficult. Just let me know how I can help you, and I'll use my experience and the experience of others to do my very best. I promise you that when I say that you can trust that I will do my very best for you, that comes from my heart. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.